how are you all doing? Today I'm bringing you 3 bodybuilding competitions in the same video: the Austria Pro, the South America Pro Cup, and the China Pro. There are top bodybuilders, Mr. Olympias, and Argentine athletes. You'll enjoy this. Let's begin with the Austria Pro. The winner was PIOTR, who placed top 13 at the Classic Physique Mr. Olympia. This is the second consecutive professional competition he has won. Having achieved this, he has qualified for the Olympia. With the new points-based qualification system, you either have to accumulate enough points, win one of the major competitions, or win 2 of the less important ones. Piotr has already made it by winning 2. He is qualified for the 2026 Olympia, and honestly, I don't think it has been that easy. And he's a top Olympia athlete, right? He looks absolutely spectacular. You know Piotr. His structure is insane, with a tiny waist and body proportions that look like they were generated by artificial intelligence. He arrived in excellent shape, with dense, high-quality muscle. But the guy who came in second place didn't make it easy. Valtteri Hattinen from Finland. In some comparisons between these two men, I actually saw the man in second place looking quite a bit bigger. He actually has a much broader frame, almost twice Piotr's size. The winner, however, is slimmer. He also had amazing physical condition. When he turned around, I was blown away by his glutes and back definition. This Finnish guy has an incredible physique. What happens is that I think the judges have leaned more towards what we've been seeing in Classic lately: structure. It's the same story with Josema, Fabio Jr., or other bodybuilders with a more rugged look. The judges prefer a more harmonious physique like Piotr's, with defined lines and an hourglass shape, so we understand each other. And that's the reason why I think Valtteri was able to take second place, even though, in my opinion, he has more muscle mass in some groups and a very extreme physical condition. Was this a fair result or not? Well, everyone's going to have their own take on it. They were evenly matched, and anything could have happened. Third place went to Fabian Farid, followed by Živko Petkov in 4th and Ahmed Mohamed in 5th. Let's move on to the next competition, the Sir Pro Cup. In this competition, there was bikini and there was the 212 pounds category. And that's because in that category, the Argentine bodybuilder Francisco Barrios competes. A man who is a top Mr. Olympia contender, has placed well there and won pro shows. Come on, a top-level bodybuilder. And the Argentinian has done it again. He has won the competition. He brought a spectacular physique. This guy is a beast. He's incredibly dense and compact. I think he's a deserved winner, but just like I said in Austria, I don't think it was easy for him, because he had to face Vitor Porto. Vitor Porto is basically a white version of Shaun Clarida. He's a shorter 212 pro who took 5th at the 2024 Olympia and 8th in 2025. That should give you an idea of the elite level we're talking about here. He has a lot of aesthetics, a good structure, but I think there's a significant size difference between him and Francisco. In some poses, Vitor looked better, while in others, Fran had the edge. The images and the quality of the recordings are pretty bad. I'm sorry, you can't really appreciate them properly. I can't say much about their physical conditions since appearances can be misleading and we don't really know how they looked, but apparently both look very good. The Argentine defeated the Brazilian and qualified for Mr. Olympia. Now he can focus on improving and growing without competing until next year, and we'll see how Francisco does at Mr. Olympia. Last year he finished 8th, this year he has already managed to finish 7th in this Sir Pro Cup. He looked amazing, super dense, like a beast in the most muscular pose, and also very dense in the side poses. I have the feeling that he has improved his posing quite a lot. Plus, if I'm not mistaken, he's working with Patrick Tor, who is one of the most famous and top-tier coaches in fitness today. We're always joking about how he trains half the Olympia roster. I'm showing you this video of him weighing 200.4 pounds 2 hours before the weigh-in, which makes me question if he has much room for improvement. Since he's already at his weight limit, even before the weigh-in and before he starts his carb load, he's already at competition weight. With that kind of extreme definition, well, it's a well-deserved victory. Next up, we're heading over to the Huanji China Pro. In this show, we'll see men's physique, the 212, and classic, beginning with the 212 division. Remember Shaun Clarida winning in the open class? Well, he just competed over in China and secured another victory, this time in the 212 division. And this is after demanding from the judges that he wanted to compete at the Olympia in both categories, which is not allowed. He basically just put the whole world on notice again, showing everyone that he's capable of winning in the open as well as the 212 class. Clarida is a former Mr. Olympia who's been a top 2 contender for years. He was clearly the best 212 athlete on stage, and very few bodybuilders could even push him for that top spot. True to form, he brought that signature mini Coleman look, earning himself a well-deserved qualification for the Mr. Olympia. Well, another one. I don't even know how many he has now, and actually, he doesn't even need them because he's qualified for life due to having won the Olympia. But in Clarida's own words, he's a bodybuilding ambassador. This is his job and he has to do it. Compete, take bodybuilding to different parts of the world, give the audience what they want, and make this sport great. And hey, for that, hats off. Well done, Clarida. Here we always joke about Clarida, but we have to admit things as they are. He is a tremendous bodybuilder and a good ambassador. As I've mentioned in a previous video, and I'll stand by it here, I truly think he should be allowed to compete in both the open and the 212 divisions. He took a spot from an open competitor and from a 212 competitor, so why not let him compete in both open and 212 at the Olympia? There won't be more competitors, actually there are fewer since he knocked them out, so why does it matter? It would be interesting if he competed in 212 at the Olympia and then, half an hour later, entered open, even if just to finish last. I don't care, he deserves it, he's earned it. And in men's physique, Edvan Palmera took the win, literally Eduardo Palmera, who is none other than the 5th place finisher in the world for this category. I think there's no doubt here this guy is absolutely massive. I mean, what a huge physique athlete, he couldn't possibly be more packed with muscle and he still has a very pleasing shape. In my opinion, he might even be too massive for what a men's physique competitor should be. Well, the judges like it, and he's clearly superior in that way. Good physical condition, a good midsection, well defined and controlled. He's already won 2 shows, so he's qualified for Mr. Olympia. He doesn't need to compete further since the men's system is now the same as Classic. Next, let's discuss Classic Physique. The winner was none other than Jun Chaozhou. I didn't know this man, I've never seen him in my life. He has a good physique, a good structure, and he's quite aesthetic. This isn't the top level classic like those in Austria, but the physique is impressive and very aesthetic. Those who finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th earn points, so if they keep competing they could qualify for the Olympia even without winning any pro show. There have been many competitions lately, making this year very busy with more constantly appearing. You guys certainly aren't lacking content, right? Damn. One of the most anticipated shows next year is going to be the Arnold in 2026. Yesterday I reviewed the main categories in a video, discussing competitors and possible winners. Be sure to check it out.